Now, on Good Morning Northwest, the White House mistakenly shared war plans on an app and included a journalist in the group chat. What we know about that and how the defense secretary is reacting.
And today is going to be the most beautiful day of weather yet this year. But I'm tracking a change later in the week you need to know about.
And trying to figure out what to do about trans athletes could cost the Meade School District a huge portion of its funding. A look at the policy shift and what the community says about it. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Tuesday, March 25th. Let's check in with meteorologist Matt Gray here with a look at a beautiful forecast for us.
Yeah, that's right. Today, really bringing on the good vibes and the spring vibes as well. We are very warm once again this morning. Just had a couple of sprinkles in the Coeur d'Alene area. Looks like that has already dried up. And I expect us to stay dry for the rest of the day around the I-90 corridor. We are going to be at the warmest temperatures we've seen so far this year, and until tomorrow at least. Upper 60s. We'll even see some 70s in the parts of the Columbia Basin, and our best chance to see some widespread sunshine, especially as some of these clouds this morning begin to clear out later today. Now, you'll be able to enjoy most of your Wednesday as well, and it's going to be even warmer. It is going to feel like late spring in the mid-70s. However, with all that warmth comes some issues when the next weather system arrives Wednesday night. And so Wednesday is a 4 News Now weather alert day because we are looking at the possibility of some strong summer-like thunderstorms that'll be rumbling through by the end of the day. We'll show you what you need to know about those, including the timeline coming up.
Thanks. Well, this morning there's new backlash against the Trump administration's national security team after several top officials accidentally included a journalist in a group chat discussing war plans.
The Democrats and some Republicans are calling for an investigation as some try to brush it off as a mistake that won't happen again. Hannah Joy's at the Breaking Now desk. Hannah, it seems they were discussing war plans on an app. So what was that app?
Robin, they were using the app Signal. In it, Trump officials laid out plans on how the U.S. would attack Houthi rebels in Yemen. But by accident, they invited a journalist to the chat.
At 11:44 a.m., I receive a text in this chain from someone who claims to be Pete Hegseth, who provides what I can only call a war plan. I sort of wait with my phone to see if this is a real thing. Sure enough, around 1:50 Eastern time, I see that Yemen is under attack.
Yesterday, the White House confirmed that the messages the journalist reported were real. In his reporting, the journalist says he had to withhold some screenshots due to risking national security. The journalist also added that Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth shared details of forthcoming strikes, weapons, and attacks. Now, members of Congress are divided over the breach.
This is gross negligence on steroids. Do they realize that Russia and China have targeted Signal to try to break in?
Somebody made a mistake, and it happens. I think most Americans understand that.
In response, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton says in writing, quote, "You've got to be kidding me." Today, Trump officials are set to have a hearing before the Senate Intelligence Committee, and members of Congress will question them about the chat. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Hannah, thanks. Well, the Meade School Board shared potential revisions to the school's policy and procedure regarding transgender students last night.
Washington State says Meade's current policy is out of line with state law, which prohibits discrimination on the basis of gender. This puts 80% of the district's funding in jeopardy. But the school board says that Washington State is out of compliance with President Trump's executive order banning transgender athletes from participating in women's sports. Earlier this month, the Meade School District sent letters to the Departments of Education and Justice for help from federal officials on this legal dilemma.
The purpose of this revision, the purpose of us reaching out for federal help is to create an accommodating policy where everyone in our school district feels welcome, supported, and has an equal opportunity.
Last night, members of the community were invited to share their thoughts and ask questions directly to the school board. The district is sending revisions to Policy and Procedure 3211 to the Office of the Superintendent of Public Instruction for feedback.
Deputies in Stevens County are under investigation for a shooting that killed a man. Deputies went to a home near Highway 25 southwest of Northport Sunday. When they arrived, they saw a man had a gun on his hip. The sheriff's office claims that he was not cooperating when he was told he was under arrest. Now, eventually that man ran away, and deputies fired pepper balls to try to stop him. That's when investigators say the man pulled out his gun and deputies opened fire. The man was then rushed to the hospital, where he later died.
Developers in downtown Spokane have more options. The Spokane City Council just eliminated building height limits. You may remember when we first reported on this zoning ordinance in February. Buildings in downtown Spokane could at the time be no longer, or rather taller than 12 stories. The goal was to address Spokane's housing challenges. The new ordinance will stay in effect until September 24th, 2025. The city says it will continue to study different opportunities for growth and development. Spokane police are taking a new approach to keeping our community safe.
City Council will soon vote on a proposal that will buy 8 new surveillance cameras that will specifically be used for investigations. The cameras will cost nearly $80,000. And City Council President Betsy Wilkerson says 4 cameras would be visible and 4 would be hidden.
They can be moved, so we can move them to wherever the need might be. So we're not just putting a pole in the ground and that's it. So, you know, giving the officers flexibility to go where the investigation is happening, I think that's really critical for them.
Now, Crime Point, the company that SPD would buy these cameras from, says that for effectiveness of police investigations, it's critical that we do not show what these cameras will look like. If purchased, SPD says it will start using these cameras immediately. And while it was on the agenda for last night's City Council meeting, the vote to purchase the equipment didn't quite happen yet, but of course we'll let you know if and when that vote goes through. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:06.
As much as we want to focus on this amazing day today, there is something really important coming our way right after this.
Yeah, exactly. And in late March, too, not a typical time you would think about, hey, we got strong, maybe severe thunderstorms that are coming in. But remember, record warmth coming up, so it's going to feel like a whole different time of the year. Love what you need to know about those storms coming up.
And with that spring weather finally here, does it feel like time for some spring cleaning? Coming up, why the extra work is so good for you.
And with so many cuts happening within the federal government, Social Security may also be one of those programs in the crosshairs. What we know about potential changes right after this.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The Hot Tub Swim Spa Expo is at all 4 Pool World locations this weekend only. Hundreds of hot tubs from the world's leading brands, all discounted. Hot tubs as low as $79 a month. Hot tub swim spas, above ground pools, and saunas up to 30% off. This weekend at all 4 Pool World locations.
This year, turn your backyard into a fun, relaxing paradise. From Quality Spas of Spokane, the little store that sells the most hot tubs and swim spas. Made right here in the United States by Cal Spas. 4 News Now anchors, not just in the newsroom, but in the community, doing the work, listening to you, asking questions to help keep your family safe. We're the people you trust on your screens and in your neighborhood. We'll always be there on 4 News Now.
Introducing, representing Cal Cars. Here to sell the best lineup of trucks in the region, Spike the Bulldog.
Yeah, he's a super dog. Individuals, couples, and families, you could get a refund of up to $1,290 back on taxes paid last year, as well as refunds for 2023 and 2022. Learn more at workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
2 minutes for checking to Berkeley County. Get your exclusive Spokane Chiefs debit card from Numerica today.
As a mom, a food blogger, a wife, and a business owner, time is everything. So whenever something comes along and frees up some of my time, it's a game changer. Electrolux has made my life that much better. With a little more time for this, and this, and this, and this. And the Fred's family made it so easy, from selecting the perfect model to their swift installation. Fred's is a game changer.
Hot Tub Swim Spa Expo is at all 4 Pool World locations this weekend only. Hundreds of hot tubs from the world's leading brands, all discounted. Swim spas up to $10,000 off. Above ground pools as low as $56 a month. Hot Tub Swim Spas, above ground pools and saunas up to 30% off. This weekend at all 4 Pool World locations.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning and welcome back. It's 6:10. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. Big changes could be coming to Social Security.
The acting SSA commissioner told activists or advocates on Monday that the White House is pushing rapid fire changes. Those changes generally take 2 years to institute, but the Trump administration wants them done in 2 weeks. As of now, no changes to actual benefits have been announced. However, starting at the end of this month, Social Security will require beneficiaries who can't prove their identities online to visit a field office. Existing beneficiaries who need to change their bank information must also do it in person. Now, advocates fear that this will lead to long lines and insufficiencies at field offices.
New tariffs from President Trump now promising to put 25% tariffs on any import from a country that buys oil or gas from Venezuela. But the president may be easing off on some other tariffs. Sources tell ABC News next week's reciprocal tariffs may be changed to be more narrow.
Boeing is now looking to undo its agreement with the Justice Department to plead guilty in criminal cases connected to the deadly crashes of 737 MAX jets. That's according to sources speaking with ABC News. And this agreement blamed Boeing for misleading the FAA about the jets before the crashes. Now the company is seeking more lenient treatment from the Trump Justice Department.
The Trump administration is considering changing some rules to allow more eggs into the country. Imports of eggs from Brazil have nearly doubled, and officials are considering allowing the sale of eggs laid by chickens raised for meat. Those eggs typically don't meet FDA requirements for refrigeration.
10-second takeaway for your weather. It is going to be very warm today. It is going to feel so beautiful outside. Going to feel like a May day, basically. Record highs coming in for tomorrow and a chance for storms tomorrow night.
Well, as spring has officially arrived, experts are now linking spring cleaning with mental health. Psychologists say that as you declutter your home, it helps declutter your mind. It can help you to manage stress, elevate your mood, and even provide a sense of accomplishment.
Spring cleaning can help us improve our focus. It can help with energy in terms of finding small activities in order to engage with and then seeing those through to completion. If we enlist the help of others, there can certainly be a social dynamic as well.
Now, if you're struggling to get started on your home projects, experts recommend taking advantage of those days when you have more energy, because once you start, most likely won't want to stop. I like that. As you declutter your home, you declutter your mind.
It really does help.
Oh, absolutely.
For sure.
For sure. I love it. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:13.
Washington's budget is in trouble, and the solution could be catastrophic itself. Up next, we look at some of the options on the table.
And as we take you to a commercial break, we get a live look this morning at Riverfront Park. There, it's all you can see the reflection there on the water there. Gorgeous. And here's the start to your Tuesday. We'll see you right after this commercial break.
4 News Now is brought to you by Alton Brown Live. Last bite, tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Moving day never goes smoothly, does it? Let's just settle this little mishap.
Who do we always see on the billboards again?
It's the one call that's all, guys.
You deserve to be compensated fairly for everything you've had to go through.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Chevy makes affordable vehicles that help you enjoy life. Get more for less in the Chevy Trax. Maximize every mile in the all-electric Equinox. And power through with the capable Colorado. Enjoy endless possibilities and your new Chevy. Get 2.9% financing on all 2025 Equinox models when you finance with GM Financial. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Your garage door is more than just an entry point. It's also an escape route. Precision Garage Door Service. Fast, reliable, and friendly.
Thank you for the 63 years in the Inland Northwest community. At Perfection Tire, we have prided ourselves on providing our customers with quality tires at great prices, not to mention keeping your family safe on the road no matter the conditions.
And to celebrate, we have our anniversary Cooper rebate sale going on now. And with our rough winter roads, while you're here, let our certified techs check your suspension and wheel alignment.
Nobody beats perfection.
Post Falls ER and Hospital, open 24/7, providing premium emergency department care without the wait. From your child sports injury to urgent ambulance visits, Post Falls ER features low wait times, efficient procedures, and compassionate care. Plus, we provide state-of-the-art imaging, inpatient care, and accept all commercial insurances. Because in an emergency, every second counts and every life matters. Post Falls ER and Hospital, State Line near Cabela's, minutes away, hours faster.
Celebrate 30 years of winning at the Kootenai Casino with exciting promotions including daily hot spins, a special St. Patrick's Day drawing, and anniversary cash and bonus play giveaways. Ready to get away this March? Stay Sunday through Thursday at the Kootenai Falls Lodge for just $59 per night, or a Riverview room for $79 and get a free $30 Kootenai credit included. Come stay and win at the inn. Call 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:16. Taking a look around the Northwest this morning in Olympia, Democrats in charge of the Senate and House released their budget proposals for the next 4 years.
The Senate Democrats are proposing the state spend $77.7 billion over the next 2 years. That's an increase of about $6.5 billion from the current 2-year budget cycle. But as they wait on revenue from the tax changes they proposed last week, they plan on using state reserves to fund the budget. State Treasurer Mike Pellicati says this could have a negative impact on the state's credit rating.
We are dealing with incredible uncertainty now as the state of Washington, both with the federal government, wildfires, and other threats that might come our way, and just economic volatility. It is absolutely critical that the state not drain its rainy day fund. To do so would be very dangerous toward the future financial health of our state.
However, in the House, the budget leaders did not touch those reserves. They also proposed new revenue sources and have similar amounts of spending and reductions. The governor's office says it is in the process of reviewing the budget proposals, but when it made clear they want cuts first and new taxes as a last resort.
The impacts would just be too deep and too catastrophic for our communities and our kids. So we think this takes a balanced approach, and we really look forward to the conversation over the next many weeks.
Final budget must be passed by April 27th.
The NCAA Women's Basketball Championship is coming to Spokane later this week. 8 teams will battle it out to see who will make it to the Final Four. They'll play here at the Spokane Arena, which you're taking a live look at this morning, which our studio, of course, has a beautiful view of from our Skycam. Lots of really awesome basketball teams coming into our area and gonna get to play there. So if you get a chance to go,
oh my gosh, I would love to.
Be some fun games.
You know what's gonna be really fun
today?
It's gonna be incredible afternoon. Open the windows, air the house out, really take advantage of this day because things get a little complicated as we head into tomorrow. Watch the sunrise in Lewiston this morning. Keep an eye on there. Looks like there's a little bit of fog south of Cheney on I-90 as you get towards the Tyler exit here. So something to keep in mind if you are hitting the road this morning. Looks like for the most part we were worried about fog, but for the most part it looks like most of that is held off for the time being today. Your highs for this afternoon, oh man, it's going to be beautiful. Sunshine, upper 60s, low 70s across eastern Washington. We'll see low to middle 60s across much of North Idaho, and then 78 degrees today in the LC Valley. By the way, an all-time record low for the month of March yesterday in Lewiston. 55 degrees was our low yesterday. And once again, that's an all-time record for the month of March. Let's go over to Wednesday because speaking of records, how about some record highs? How about 80s in the LC Valley, upper 70s in Moses Lake and Grand Coulee, mid 70s and smashing the temperature record in Spokane, and mid 70s even in Coeur d'Alene. Like I said, 74, going to smash that record from back in 1949 of 67 degrees. So some, dare I say it, June-like weather may promote some other type of June-like weather. A weather alert day tomorrow because of stormy conditions. Everywhere in this kind of brown area has been highlighted by the National Storm Prediction Center for the possibility of at least 1 or 2 severe thunderstorms. In other words, storms that are going to be packing some gusty winds, some heavy rain, the potential even for a little bit of hail with some of these storms. That will likely come in the first wave of these stormy conditions. This is 6 p.m. on Wednesday, so you get to enjoy most of Wednesday. But as we head towards 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock, that is going to be when we're going to be watching for those showers and storms, especially across eastern Washington. It looks like that's where we'll end up with the strongest activity there on Wednesday evening. So yes, it is a weather alert day Wednesday. Just be aware most of the day is good. Just don't be complacent. Make sure that you've got some preparations for if some strong winds, if some heavy rain, if some hail rolls up to your neighborhood.
All right. We will be keeping an eye on it. You will.
Yes.
Be keeping an eye on it for us.
All right, Matt, thanks. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:20, and we'll have a look at sports right after the break.
Yeah, thanks for waking up with us here on Good Morning Northwest on your Tuesday morning. We'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. I want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you want to do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
Spike, I brought you here today because I've always admired your high energy and your positive attitude. So I want to hire you at Cal Cars.
He's a super dog on the floor. And he's selling like he's never sold before. Yeah, he's a super dog.
Life moves fast, and we get it. You're busy. Our digital banking can change how you manage your money. Whether you're chatting with a representative after hours, depositing a check from your phone, or meeting with us face-to-face. Wherever life takes you, we've got you covered. It's your money. Access it anytime, anywhere. Open your account at p1fcu.org. P1FCU, your community, your credit union.
Quality Spas, the little store in North Spokane that sells the most hot tubs and swim spas in the region. Featuring Cal Spas, made right here in the United States, is having a trade-in sale, which means if you have an older tub you'd like to trade in and upgrade to a nicer, newer one loaded with jets, the pros at Quality Spas will give you up to $2,000 for your old one. So you can sit back, relax, and save in a new hot tub for less.
My name is Paul Daglin. I've been with Granite Concepts for coming on 19 years now. From the beginning, it's all about customer satisfaction and quality because we want you to be happy. Technology has changed the game of what we can do. If you can do it with wood, you basically can have it done in stone. At Granite Concepts, we want you to feel at home.
A show that pays tribute to one of the best Mexican-American performers of our time, Selena. Carla Perez, live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, May 8th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
The college basketball transfer portal opened today, and it didn't take long for the Zags to lose their first player. So far, sophomore Dusty Stromer is the first Bulldog on this roster to enter his name. And from his productivity in the WCC and NCAA tournaments, the news he's looking for somewhere else to go might not feel too shocking. The guard played at Gonzaga for 2 seasons and appeared in all but 1 game in his college career so far. His final game wearing the Bulldog logo came in the Zags' second-round March Madness exit against Houston. Stromer saw the court for just 3 minutes on Saturday, and this season he averaged 4.8 points in over 23 minutes per game, but wasn't as productive as he or many probably anticipated after his freshman year. As far as other players who aren't returning, we saw Ryan Nembhard, Nolan Hickman, Ben Gregg, and Caleb Battle play their final game for the program in Wichita. Those 4 are out of college eligibility. Those are big shoes to replace, so it's up to Mark Few and the staff to recruit, possibly grab some veterans in the portal, and maintain bigs like Graham Ike, Braden Huff, and Michael Ajayi, who still have some eligibility left. It's unclear what those 3 have planned for next year, and they say it's hard to think about when they're still dwelling on a heartbreaking loss.
Just big credit to my guys, man, especially my senior group who has to leave after this. It's been a hell of a ride. It's been a pleasure. They've made me so much better, not only as a basketball player, but as a person.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt for a while, and it's gonna be hard to watch some of these teams play in the later rounds. And but yeah, I mean, I can't say it enough. I'm just super proud of this group.
Gonzaga slid right past 9-seed Georgia in the first round of March Madness, which punched their ticket to a game against #1 Houston. Grant Ike had 27 points in the loss, 23 of those coming in the second half, but Gonzaga couldn't overcome the Cougars in that second round game. Another player in the transfer portal is Nate Calmese from Washington State. Calmese spent 1 season as a Coug after transferring from UW the previous season. The guard ended his WSU career averaging 15.2 points and 4.4 assists. Calmese joins Isaiah Watts in the portal, which was announced earlier last week, and WSU is still participating in a postseason tournament. They're playing in the inaugural College Basketball Crown and will face Georgetown next Monday down in Vegas. The Gonzaga women's team upset a 1-seeded Colorado squad in the Women's Basketball Invitational Tournament. The #4 Bulldogs sealed a spot in the WBIT quarterfinals with a 64-55 upset win over the Buffs. And now it's a ticket to Minnesota in a matchup against the 2-seeded Gophers. That game is on Thursday and tips off at 5 p.m. Pacific time. And the Spokane Arena will be hosting the Sweet 16 and Elite 8 rounds for the Women's March Madness Tournament. Some of the best teams in the country, including UCLA, LSU, Oklahoma, and UConn, are making the trip over to the Inland Northwest this weekend. If you want to get in on the action at the arena, there's more information on our website, KXOI.com. And that'll wrap us up for sports.
Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:26.
Moses Lake mourning a young member of the community, a 14-year-old killed in a drive-by shooting. What we know about the young victim and the latest on the investigation is next.
Plus, the legal showdown over President Trump's deportation of Venezuelan migrants. One judge saying Nazis in World War II got better treatment. We have the latest coming up next. And before we go to a break, here's a first look of what's coming up on Good Morning America starting at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, spring break scare.
I felt like I was in a car accident.
Sierra Stockert, a Tennessee mother of 2, was on a getaway in Jamaica with friends when they decided to visit the Dolphin Cove. While on a special experience called the Royal Swim, where the dolphins push you into a standing position, Stockert says she slipped and fell, landing on the dolphin's dorsal fin, causing a grapefruit-sized hematoma or blood clot. And this morning, she's telling her story to GMA.
The dolphin on my left side was kind of swimming a little bit faster than the dolphin on my right side. So it made me unbalanced. I just knew I was going to fall into the water. I just didn't expect to hit the fin.
Coming up at 7 a.m., we'll hear much more of this dramatic dolphin encounter. With your GMA First Look, I'm Janae Norman, ABC News, New York.
Pain means pause on the things you love, but green means go. Among neck pain sufferers, BioFreeze gel was found to be 2 times more effective than ice, so you can keep on going. BioFreeze, green means go.
Most people call leaf filter when their gutters are clogged and they notice one of the many issues that can bring. You can get ahead of costly damage by protecting your home's gutters today.
Schedule your free inspection today. Call 833-LEAF-FILTER or visit leaffilter.com.
When my doctor gave me Breztri for my COPD, things changed for me. Breztri gave me better breathing, symptom improvement, and reduced flare-ups.
Breztri won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breztri more than prescribed. Breztri may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
Ask your doctor about Breztri.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Cal Cars in Airway Heights and Coeur d'Alene.
Watch KXLY Plus over the air on KXLY ABC4. Live updates, breaking news, weather every 10 minutes from the 4 News Now team. Get up to date on the information you need in just an hour. Weekdays at 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. over the air on KXLY ABC4.
The Spokane Rock Rollers Club proudly presents the Gem, Mineral, and Jewelry Show at the Spokane Fair and Expo Center. Over 40 dealers will be selling gems, jewelry, crystals, and lapidary supplies. See outstanding displays of gemstones, fossils, and minerals. Enjoy children's activities, gem cutting demonstrations, hourly door prizes, and more. Tickets available at the door with cash or credit card. The 64th Annual Gem, Mineral, and Jewelry Show, March 28th through the 30th at the Spokane Fair and Expo Center.
The Working Families Tax Credit isn't just for families. Individuals and couples can apply too. See if you or your family are eligible for this tax refund at workingfamiliescredit.wad.gov/eligibility.
I was fully stopped and I got rear-ended going full speed on the freeway by a truck. I was diagnosed with functional neurological disorder and had to relearn how to walk.
It's just a parent's worst nightmare to go through that. Russell and Hill, they were amazing. I didn't feel like I had to worry about anything when it came to the insurance company, which took a huge burden off of me. I wanted to focus on Haley getting better. I recommend Russell and Hill to everyone I know. I would never use anyone else.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
We are kicking off this half hour with the 4 News Now Story Tracker. It's following the stories people are reading about online this morning.
As President Trump plans deep staff cuts at FEMA and works to eliminate the agency, new data shows that 2024 was one of the worst years for natural disasters. According to a new analysis from the International Institute for Environment and Development, there were 90 declarations of major disasters in the U.S. last year, one every 4 days. Some state officials and even Republican lawmakers have raised concerns about Trump's plans to slash FEMA, expressing worry it'll weaken responses to future disasters.
University of Southern California star Juju Watkins suffered a season-ending knee injury in the women's NCAA basketball tournament Monday. It happened during the top-seeded Trojans game against Mississippi State. The Trojans went on to win that game handily and advance to the Sweet 16 in a game that will be played here at the Spokane Arena. The loss of their centerpiece will make USC's pursuit of a national championship a much more daunting challenge as they take on Kansas State Wildcats here on Saturday. A huge bummer. I know probably a lot of people were excited to watch her play.
No kidding.
Thanks so much for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Tuesday, March 25th. Let's check in with meteorologist Matt Gray and a pretty fantastic Tuesday forecast.
It's going to be a kind of a mid-May vibes here today with clouds early, but clearing out to sunshine as the day goes on. Temperatures warm again, upper 40s. We had a couple sprinkles this morning, so some wet roads around Coeur d'Alene, but for the most part, we are talking about beautiful weather today. Sun coming out, temperatures quickly rising through the 50s. We'll be at 60 degrees by lunchtime, and we are headed to the upper 60s. We'll be just a couple of degrees short of a record high in the Spokane area. We may see a couple of records elsewhere around the inland Northwest. So it is going to be quite an incredible day, almost basically shorts weather by the time we get to the afternoon. However, with the possibility of record heat both today and tomorrow comes something else, and that is that once this heat breaks, it is going to be significantly stormy, and we have a weather alert day on Wednesday because of those storms that will be moving in Wednesday night. I'll have what you need to know about that weather event coming up.
All right, Matt, thanks. This morning, the Trump administration has invoked the so-called state secrets privilege, trying to stop a judge from asking any more questions about how President Trump used a wartime power to deport hundreds of Venezuelan immigrants.
Hannah Joyce at the Breaking Now desk for us this morning. And Hannah, how is the judge that initially put out this ruling responding to these new legal filings?
Natalie, the judge did not respond immediately. At this point, he is still trying to decide whether the administration violated his court order earlier this month. This comes after he ordered planes carrying the migrants to turn around, but those planes did not. Yesterday, the Court of Appeals had a hearing, and one judge wanted to know why the migrants were deported without due process.
Nazis got better treatment under the Alien Enemy Act. People weren't given notice. They weren't told where they were going.
Meanwhile, the lawyer for the Trump administration is pushing back.
Well, Your Honor, we certainly dispute the Nazi analogy.
The Trump administration is arguing that Trump was exercising presidential powers and also adding that many of the migrants are violent gang members, despite some having no criminal history in the U.S. And at least 5 have already filed declarations denying they were ever in a gang. This morning, we are also learning that 8 female detainees who were flown to El Salvador had to be returned to the U.S. A ruling from the court is set to happen in a few days. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
A drive-by shooting Friday night in Moses Lake killed this 14-year-old Mario Emezcua. He was a student at Frontier Middle School. 4 other people were shot and taken to the hospital. A 26-year-old, 2 17-year-olds, and a 12-year-old. Police are still looking for the gunman. The shooting happened just after 9 Friday night in the heart of Moses Lake, just down the street from Knowles Vista Elementary. New details from the Moses Lake Police Department say none of the victims were affiliated with the gang or any criminal activity.
It's just, I feel kind of like I want to stay inside now and like just kind of sad.
Moses Lake Police seized a vehicle Friday and executed a search warrant Saturday at a home related to the shooting, but again, no arrests have been made.
The Post Falls School District hopes that voters will fund sports and after-school activities through a levy on the May ballot. Now, this replacement levy would keep property taxes the same if it's approved by voters. The district superintendent says this levy shows some of the shortcomings of Idaho's current funding model for education. Every school district in Idaho is funded based on attendance, not enrollment.
Our funding formula in this state is 31 years old, and the idea that you would have to have every student here every day to get operational funds makes no sense.
Funding from the levy will be used for campus safety and staff, as well as the district's technical high school.
Idaho Attorney General Raul Labrador issued a consumer protection alert after 23andMe, the genetic testing company, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. The company, which provides health and ancestry information based on genetic samples, disclosed that it intends to sell its corporate assets, potentially including customers' stored genetic data. In a statement, Attorney General Labrador said there is nothing more personal than an individual's genetic information. Allowing that to be sold off to the highest bidder raises serious consumer protection concerns for privacy. Now, to see the steps to withdraw consent for your data's storage, find this story on KXLY.com. Good morning. Northwest time is now 6:36.
Checking back in with meteorologist Matt Gray as we're kicking off a gorgeous day out there.
Yeah, look at the sunrise here in the Lewiston area. Got some fog as well on I-90 south of Cheney near the Tyler exits. So something to keep in mind as you're hitting the road this morning. Otherwise, a very nice day before a complicated Wednesday night forecast. We'll dig into the details coming up.
And so to come here on Good Morning Northwest, thousands of postal workers face layoffs in the coming weeks. Why they say it's not just their jobs at stake, but their entire communities. That's next.
And a wild survival story out of Alaska. A man and 2 children huddling in plane wreckage overnight after they crashed into an icy lake. How rescuers found them 12 hours later when we come back.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
Where does confidence come from? It's not from within. It must be pursued. Confidence is not a mindset. It's an achievement. In the GMC Sierra HD AT4X. Get 5.9% APR for 84 months on Sierra heavy-duty Denali models. That's over $5,300 in average finance savings.
The $10 founding father without a father got a lot farther by working a lot harder, by being a lot smarter, by being a self-starter. To your union, revolution, and the hope that you provide.
Hamilton in Spokane at the First Interstate Center for the Arts. Get tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Fred's Appliance and 4 News Now are teaming up for the Great American Flag Swap. On March 28th, bring your old, tattered flag to any Fred's location, and in exchange, you'll receive a new flag with help from Uncle Sam's Flag and Gift. Let's thank veterans and military families who are serving.
Fred's Appliance is proud to partner with 4 News Now for the Great American Flag Swap. We honor the sacrifices of our military families and veterans. Visit Fred's Appliance today, trusted for over 60 years, where we sell appliances, only appliances.
NIU has been serving our community for over 50 years. It's a broad mix of cancer care. We see all kinds of urologic cancers and take care of those patients here.
The partnership we have allows us to deliver all the different options all in one place. With a new diagnosis of prostate cancer, you'll have all the options available, everything from the latest surgical options to the latest radiation options, and so we're happy to help with that.
Most patients are referred by their primary care doctors. Patients can certainly always pick up the phone and give us a call as well.
All right, he's fixed. Place should be ready by game time.
Ah, sweet, man. But hey, since you're here, you want to play a quick game of horse?
I've never played before, but well, I just get into the hoop?
Yeah, something like that.
All right. Like that?
You know what? Forget the game. Show me that work you did on the furnace earlier.
Okay, yeah. Well, that was pretty good, though, right?
Let's just worry about the furnace for now.
You think I could dunk?
Good morning and welcome back. It's 6:40. 4 News Now and STCU are honoring volunteers who truly make a difference with their time and efforts with nonprofit organizations in our area. Today, we are proud to announce that Todd LaRoche has been awarded a $1,000 grant. Todd volunteers as a chaplain with the Spokane Police Department.
I enjoy working around officers. They're some of the best people in the world.
After serving for 25 years in the U.S. Air Force, Todd has been volunteering for almost 10 years with the Spokane Police Department. He strives to meet the needs of our officers and community families when they are in need of support and mentorship. Thanks to Todd for his volunteering efforts and to STCU for making sure volunteers count. Thousands of postal workers are in line for layoffs in the coming weeks. The United States Postal Service made the announcement last week.
In Seattle, dozens of postal workers gathered outside their local branch in protest.
Fight like hell! Fight like hell! Fight like hell!
And it's not just their jobs that they're worried about. They're more worried about the impacts to their community.
It could be delays of service. It could be days of no service. It could be you might have to come pick up mail. It's all the unknown right now.
10,000 workers are expected to lose their jobs by mid-April.
Takeaways in your forecast on this beautiful Tuesday. It is going to be exceptionally warm, upper 60s, low 70s, a chance for record highs as we get even warmer tomorrow. All of that is set up for some summer-like thunderstorms tomorrow night.
A remarkable survival story from Alaska. A man and 2 children surviving a plane crash into an icy lake, spending the overnight hours huddled in the wreckage until finally being spotted and rescued. Some 12 hours later, the plane was reported overdue Sunday night. Thanks to cell phone pings, searchers, including the National Guard and volunteer pilots, focused on the area around Tustumena Lake in south central Alaska. There are no roads that lead directly to the lake.
At first, I could tell it was an airplane wing, and so I made an announcement on the radio that I think I may have spotted them. I could see that there was 3 people on top of the wing. It was really good to see.
The pilot and 2 children were taken into a hospital. We do not know their conditions this morning.
Wow, a wild story.
Yeah, well, we hope the best for them. It's now at 6:42.
A new MAGA message from Greenland. Make America go away. As controversy grows over the U.S. interests in the island, the latest on the vice president's wife's visit and the protests that are ahead. That's next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Happy anniversary! It's been 1 year since Mistaqua Casino Hotel opened its hotel, restaurant, and event center doors. And we thank you for staying and playing at Mistaqua Casino Hotel, located north of Spokane on Highway 395 near Chewelah, Washington. Relax in our comfortable hotel and indulge in wonderful dining at our hotel, restaurant, and casino cafe. Book your stay and play getaway today at Mistaqua.com.
Life happens. Lucky for you, ICCU has a new kind of checking account that comes with benefits, including 24/7 telehealth.
Wait, through my ICCU checking account?
On it.
Along with a whole lot of other benefits you might need. Because being human is a full-time job.
At Just Between Friends, you'll find everything you need for your family. It's all here.
I've been shopping in JBF since my kids were little, and we just love it.
Is the one-stop shop for everything that you need for your kids and your grandkids.
I'm a first-time mom. I got a lot of clothing, shoes, I got a changing table. It's been a lot of fun.
Such a blessing to be able to shop, sell, and save at JBF.
This has been a game changer for our family.
Just Between Friends at the Spokane Fair and Expo Center.
Hot tubs, hot tubs, hot tubs. The Hot Tubs Swim Spa Expo is at all 4 Pool World locations this weekend only. Hundreds of hot tubs from the world's leading brands like Hot Spring Hot Tubs, all discounted. Hot tubs as low as $79 a month. 0% financing, save thousands. Swim spas up to $10,000 off. Above ground pools as low as $56 a month. Saunas as low as $79 a month. Hot tubs, swim spas, above ground pools, and saunas up to 30% off. This weekend at all 4 Pool World locations. HotTubExpoSpokane.com.
Okay, everyone. Our mission is to provide complete balanced nutrition for strength and energy.
Ensure with 27 vitamins and minerals, nutrients for immune health, and Ensure Complete with 30 grams of protein.
This year, turn your backyard into a fun, relaxing paradise. From Quality Spas of Spokane, the little store that sells the most hot tubs and swim spas. Made right here in the United States by Cal Spas.
More Americans choose ABC News, America's #1 news source.
Welcome back. It's 6:45. As the vice president's wife prepares to visit Greenland, a new MAGA message is coming from the Dutch territory. Make America go away.
ABC's Lionel Moyes has a story.
After weeks of speculation that he wants to take over Greenland, President Trump is doubling down on his suggestion that the U.S. will play a larger role in the island's future.
I think Greenland's going to be something that maybe is in our future.
Vice President J.D. Vance's wife, Usha, is scheduled to visit the Danish territory Thursday, along with White House National Security Advisor Mike Waltz and Energy Secretary Chris Wright.
I'm also coming to celebrate the long history of mutual respect and cooperation between our nations.
Vance is set to attend a dog sled race while Waltz tours a U.S. military base. Greenland's prime minister calls the trip highly aggressive, asking, what is the National Security Advisor doing in Greenland? The only purpose is to demonstrate power over us. The prime minister says his government will not meet with the U.S. delegation, and Greenland denies Trump's claim that the delegation was invited.
This is friendliness, not provocation. We're dealing with a lot of people from Greenland that would like to see something happen. If they're calling us, we're not calling them.
Trump has said Greenland will be crucial for U.S. security in the future, but a poll shows 85% of Greenlanders do not want to join the U.S. The idea prompting protests, along with a different kind of MAGA hat, this one reading, Make America Go Away. Lionel Moyes, ABC News, New York.
And here is a live look at our gorgeous river running through our city. It is raging, but not as much as it's going to be in the weeks ahead.
Yeah, that's right, Matt. Taking a look at these next couple days here when it comes to our weather. Probably gonna get more.
Rivers are going to be rising, that's for sure. Snow's going to be melting. When you're talking about temperatures on the average that you would normally see maybe in May or even early June, that is how warm we are talking about. Our average high is right about 51, 52 degrees. Well, today we're going to be in the upper 60s. Tomorrow, we're going to smash temperature records in the mid-70s. And with the next system coming in Wednesday night into Thursday, it also is going to set the table for some late spring, early summer-like thunderstorms that could be quite strong. Strong to severe thunderstorms Wednesday night, generally the timing between 6 p.m. and about all the way till about 2 a.m. for the inland Northwest. Tomorrow will be a 4 News Now weather alert day. Yes, most of the day is going to be beautiful, but just remember, there will be some pretty strong weather coming in behind that. Usually when you see a setup like this, pretty much any time of year, it's a good bet that we're going to see some active weather. And certainly later on in the year, this would be a good setup for thunderstorms, and it's a good setup for thunderstorms even right now in early March with that low pressure off the coast by Wednesday night. So as I said before, most of the day, you have nothing to worry about. It's really once we get into the evening, after most of your day is done, that you want to make sure you've picked up around the yard, around the house. If you brought out some porch furniture for the next couple of days, bring it back inside, because we have the chance for some pretty gusty winds. We'll see some heavy rain and the possibility of even some hail with some of these severe thunderstorm cells. So not expecting to see a lot of them, but certainly some of the weather that's going to come through has a decent chance with all the ingredients, all the weather ingredients in place. That here is the outlook from the Storm Prediction Center for late Wednesday. Areas in the brown have a chance for perhaps 1 or 2 severe thunderstorm cells to work through the area as heading into Wednesday night. Primary issues will be the possibility of some damaging winds into that 60+ mile-an-hour range, and then the isolated chances for some areas of larger hail. Before that, beautiful weather and also very unusually warm weather. We're going to smash that record tomorrow, which was 67 degrees in Spokane in 1949. We are going to be way, way above that in the afternoon. We get kind of back towards normal with our temperatures Thursday into Friday, a break from the weather for at least part of the weekend, and then a wet pattern continuing into next week.
Yeah, so enjoy it while we can. Those nice warm temps.
Yeah, this is very unusual, so it might be a while before we get this warm again.
All right, good to know. Thanks, Matt. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:49.
The morning sprint is coming up next. Thanks for waking up with Good Morning Northwest on your Tuesday.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Visit Downtown Coeur d'Alene this holiday season.
It's Truck Month.
Truck Month. The F-150 has 1.9% financing.
And $4,500 in savings.
The F-150 has been America's best-selling truck for 48 years. The best trucks sell first. Wendell Ford at the Y on North Division.
There are 24,000 graduating seniors in Idaho this year. Each of you unique, powerful, independent. Each of you ready to become the next Idaho success story. That's why Idaho launches here, to see you through. Up to $8,000 for educational training. Support for jobs in hundreds of fields, so you can choose your own path. Because you invent you. Launch just helps.
Hamilton in Spokane at the First Interstate Center for the Arts. Get tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Over the last 63 years, we've helped so many customers. Our local owners and staff enjoy helping you select the right tire for your needs and budget.
That's right. And with Cooper Tire and other quality brands, we're still the price leaders with exceptional service, selection, and warranties.
Get special Cooper Tire pricing right now during our Perfection Anniversary celebration.
We offer free services with every tire purchase, extending the quality and life of your vehicle.
Nobody beats perfection.
Like a relentless weed, moderate to severe ulcerative colitis symptoms can keep coming back. Start to break away from UC with Tremfya, with rapid relief at 4 weeks. Tremfya blocks a key source of inflammation. At 1 year, many people experienced remission, and some saw 100% visible healing of their intestinal lining. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today.
It's Truck Month.
Truck Month. The F-150 has 1.9% financing.
And $4,500 in savings.
The F-150 has been America's best-selling truck for 48 years. The best trucks sell first. Wendell Ford at the Y on North Division.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:53, and it's time to get you ready to take on your Tuesday in the morning sprint.
Meteorologist Matt Gray tracking a phenomenal day and then a storm.
But first, we got Hannah Joy in studio with details this morning on the White House mistakenly sharing war plans on an app and included a journalist in the group chat.
Yeah, Natalie, Trump officials were using the app Signal. In it, they laid out plans on how the U.S. would attack Houthi rebels in Yemen.
At 11:44 a.m., I receive a text in this chain from someone who claims to be Pete Hegseth, who provides what I can only call a war plan. I sort of wait with my phone to see if this is a real thing. Sure enough, around 1:50 Eastern Time, I see that Yemen is under attack.
Yesterday, the White House confirmed that the messages the journalist reported were real. In his reporting, the journalist says Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth shared details of forthcoming strikes, weapons, and attacks. Today, Trump officials are set to have a hearing before the Senate Intelligence Committee, and members of Congress will question them about that chat. For updates on the chat and the hearing, tune in to Good Morning America.
It is going to be one of the nicest weather days we have had in quite some time. Temperatures feeling a little bit more like May than the end of March this afternoon as we get into the upper 60s and low 70s with some sunshine. We will see an extremely warm day heading into tomorrow as well, where those temperatures in the 70s today in the basin will spread across the rest of the inland Northwest. And because of that warmth, the next weather system that's coming in is going to pack a punch. We'll see some storms on a weather alert day Wednesday.
Deputies in Stevens County are under investigation for a shooting that killed a man. Deputies went to the home near Highway 25 southwest of Northport Sunday. When they arrived, they saw the man had a gun on his hip. Eventually, that man ran away. Deputies fired pepper balls to try to stop him. That's when investigators say the man pulled out his gun and deputies opened fire. The man was rushed to the hospital where he later died.
A drive-by shooting Friday night in Moses Lake killed 14-year-old Mario Amezcua. He was a student at Frontier Middle School. 4 other people were shot and taken to the hospital as well. Police are still looking for the gunman. Now, that shooting happened just after 9 o'clock on Friday night in the heart of Moses Lake, just down the street from Knowles Vista Elementary. New details from the Moses Lake Police Department say none of the victims in this case have gang affiliation or were involved in any criminal activity. Moses Lake seized a vehicle Friday and then executed a search warrant Saturday at a home relating to the shooting.
Spokane police are taking a new approach to keeping our community safe. City Council will soon vote on a proposal that will buy 8 new surveillance cameras that'll specifically be used for investigations. The cameras will cost nearly $80,000. City Council President Betsy Wilkerson says 4 cameras would be visible, 4 would be hidden. Crime Point, the company SPD would buy these from, says that for effectiveness of police investigations, it's critical that we not show what the cameras look like. If purchased, SPD says it will start using those cameras immediately.
Around the Northwest this morning in Olympia, Democrats are in charge of the Senate and House released their budget proposals for the next 4 years. Senate Democrats are proposing the state spend $77.7 billion over the next 2 years. That's an increase of about $65.5 billion from the current 2-year budget cycle. But as they wait on revenue from the tax changes they proposed last week, they plan on using state reserves to fund the budget. However, in the House, the budget leaders did not touch the state reserves. A final budget must be passed by April 27th.
The Meade School Board shared potential revisions to the school's policy and procedure regarding transgender students last night. Washington State says Meade's current policy is out of line with state law, which prohibits discrimination on the basis of gender. This puts 80% of the district's funding in jeopardy. The school board says that Washington State is out of compliance with President Trump's executive order banning transgender athletes from participating in women's sports.
The Post Falls School District hopes voters will fund sports and after-school activities through a levy on the May ballot. The replacement levy will keep property taxes the same if approved by voters. The district superintendent says this levy shows some of the shortcomings of Idaho's current funding model for education. Funding from this levy will be used for campus safety and staff, as well as the district's technical high school.
University of Southern California star Juju Watkins suffered a season-ending knee injury in the women's NCAA basketball tournament Monday. It happened during the top-seeded Trojans game against Mississippi State. The Trojans went on to win the game handily and advance to the Sweet 16 in a game that'll be played at the Spokane Arena.
And we'll be back with a final check of weather. This is one that you're going to want to listen to. Meteorologist Matt Gray is coming up right after this.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
2 minutes for checking to Berkeley County. Get your exclusive Spokane Chiefs debit card from Numerica today.
Guys, I want to introduce you to our new salesperson. I really think he's going to spike sales.
He's a super dog on the floor. Yeah, he's a super dog.
Let's get the blow. Hi, Alton Brown here at the top secret facility where we're building my farewell tour, Alton Brown Live Last Bite. Now, like all of our culinary variety shows, there will be comedy, music, science, and an epic yet potentially dangerous culinary demonstration. Hi, 911. It's me again.
March 26th at First Interstate Center for the Arts. Tickets on sale now at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Oh, look here at Spokane Falls this morning.
What?
Sun rises on a beautiful spring-like day in the inland northwest. And it is spring, but it's going to feel like late spring, not early spring today, with temperatures in the upper 60s. We'll likely even see maybe a few spots get up to 70 degrees around the valley today. And it's going to be even warmer on Wednesday. Most of your day on Wednesday is going to be warm and pleasant. However, by evening, some strong thunderstorms will be moving in. Some of those could really be packing a punch. That's why Wednesday is a 4 News Now weather alert day. We're back to more average spring weather after that.
Thanks so much for starting your day here with us on Good Morning Northwest.
We'll see you throughout the morning on GMA, which starts right now.